My daughter staged a 2-month silent protest for a car. Hannah turned 17 last month in Hollow Creek, and apparently that was the magical age where she decided she was owed a car. Not a cheap rust bucket, but full-on brand new SUVs she sent us in a color-coded Google Doc titled Options. When we said no, she didn't argue, didn't cry, she just stopped talking to us completely. The morning after her birthday, she came downstairs, scanned the counter for keys, saw nothing, and wordlessly turned around like she was clocking out of our family. My husband thought she was being moody. I knew better. She'd planned this. Day 3, she started leaving notes like ransom demands. Need money for lunch, dryer making noise, no please, no thanks. Just the emotional equivalent of sticky notes from a hostile roommate. Every time we tried to talk to her, she'd put in earbuds and stare at her phone. We tried taking the phone. She borrowed her friends and did the same thing my husband wanted to ground her. But how do you punish someone who has already excommunicated you? By week 2, she stopped eating with us entirely. She'd lurk upstairs until after dinner, microwave leftovers, and disappear. One night my husband made her favorite garlic mushroom pasta and even left a note saying we miss you. She ordered delivery instead. Her aunt called, worried she wasn't replying to texts. Turns out Hannah was replying to everyone except us. Friends, neighbors, teachers, even the kid next door who only texts memes, just not her parents. Then I made the mistake of checking her social media. There it was, a long melodramatic post about toxic parents who crush their children's dreams, with 300 likes and comments like, you deserve better, queen. Meanwhile, we were paying for her phone, her clothes, and the very food she refused to eat with us. By week 4, my husband cracked. I found him at midnight scrolling used car listings like some defeated gambler searching for a miracle. When I told him we weren't buying her obedience, he just said, I want my daughter back. Her grades dropped. Math slipped from an A to a C. Her teacher emailed saying she seemed distant. We tried talking. Hannah walked right past, staring through us like we were ghosts she refused to acknowledge. Then came the birthday money from her grandparents, $200. She took it without a word. No smile, no nod, just pocketed it and vanished. Parent-teacher conferences were the breaking point. Her English teacher raved about Hannah's essay on overcoming adversity at home. The woman looked at us like we were the villains in a documentary. Hannah hadn't mentioned the whole car-demanding situation. She just made us sound like emotionally negligent ogres. We drove home silent. When we walked in, Hannah was on the couch with her laptop. My husband sat across from her and said we needed to talk. She shut her laptop and stared at him, dead silent. He told her we'd buy her a car only if she got a job and saved half. We'd match it. She stood up, marched to her room, and slammed the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. Next morning, the door was locked. She'd shoved her dresser against it. We could hear her moving around, but she refused to come out. She skipped school. When I called the office, they asked if everything was safe at home. I didn't know how to answer. Then came day 58. A new note on the counter. Toyota Camry. Used, under 10,000. Get it by Friday, or I'm moving in with Aunt Robin. My husband looked like he was drowning. I stared at the note, the stares, his face. I picked up my phone and called Robin. Hannah might be coming to stay with you, I said. Why? Because we won't buy her a car. Robin laughed. Turns out Hannah had already asked to move in, and Robin told her she wasn't running a hotel for entitled teenagers. Hannah hung up on her too. She'd also called her grandmother, who said no. I went upstairs and knocked on her door. Told her through the wood that Robin said no, Grandma said no, and she could keep ignoring us forever if she wanted. But she was still going to school, still doing chores, still following rules. Silence. Then the door opened. First time I'd seen her face in almost 2 months. She looked tired. Honestly, so did I. Fine, she said, and closed the door again. Not a slam, just closed. That night she came to dinner. Didn't speak, but she sat with us. My husband tried not to cry into his plate. 3 days later, she asked, using actual words, if she could borrow the car for a job interview at the local Green Valley market. I gave her the keys.